The 2010 to 11 Mavericks were defined by experience. But despite 10 straight playoff appearances, the franchise was still searching for its first title. Dirk Nowitzki had come closest in 2006. Now, 5 years later, Dirk was still chasing that first ring. The regular season was filled with ups and downs. A league-high 12-game win streak, another All-NBA season from Dirk, but also injuries, including losing starting forward Caron Butler to a season-ending knee injury. The Mavs finished the season with a 57-25 record. As the third seed in the West going into the 2011 playoffs, Dallas prepared for a new run.
Questions about the Dallas Mavericks. Are they too old? Are they tough enough? Will they have another early season bow out in the playoffs?
Well, we never bought into the too old narrative because 3 or 4 of us, myself, Sean Marion, he had been an all-star, Dirk, obviously MVP, all-star, so we're experienced. We're not old. Our point guard, Jason Kidd, was older, but he was so wise and beyond his years. A veteran, experienced team will always think like they're the favorite. Like, we never thought about being the underdog. Now, our first year in 2006, we were the dark horse underdog. We didn't even think about the finals. We just were happy to make it to the playoffs. This time, we expected to be there. And so we felt like the time is now. And that was actually our mantra throughout our playoff run, the time is now.
First up for the Mavericks were the Portland Trail Blazers, led by star power forward LaMarcus Aldridge. Dallas won both games 1 and 2 at home with dominant performances from Dirk. But when the series moved to Portland for Game 3, the Blazers fought hard with physicality, causing the Mavs to drop their first game of the series. In Game 4, the Mavericks seemed to be taking back control, up 23 points with a minute left in the third. Enter Brandon Roy.
Yeah, buddy. The greatest player to come out of Washington State, Brandon Roy. In that finals run, this was our toughest matchup, and it was in the first round. And I just hate it was against us. He had one of his greatest moments, but this was a battle. We could not stop it.
Roy, over Dirk.
Literally, we were up 23 or something in the first half, and I was cooking. Like, I was having a great game. It was like, okay, we're about to finish these boys off. The series is over. And then B. Roy just turned back the clock. Like you see, we had multiple defenders. Everybody got some of them. I guarded him, Sean guarded him, Tyson switched out on him, and we could not stop him. So like, I don't know what was going through his mind, but our mind is like, bro, we got to double team. We got to change the strategy, do something. And Coach Carlo just kept saying, no, guard him, guard him. It was like, we trying. You can't guard him right now. He's cooking. And we still had a chance. Like, I still had a chance to win, so I was disappointed in that. Hi, Mom. Oh, see, that hurt too. This was the longest film session in the history of basketball. Like, after this game, Carlisle literally, we watched like an hour and a half of film. We watched the whole second half, first of all. We probably seen every B. Roy bucket that he gave us. So he made it like stick. Like, no, y'all gonna watch this. It's gonna hurt. That's when the media started talking locally, like, okay, these are the same old Mavericks. They're about to get backdoor swept. Portland's gonna come back and beat them. You just like, nah, the time is now. That's not happening.
The Mavericks would not let the Blazers win another game, and a 33-point showing from Dirk led the Mavs to finish off the series in 6. Now they advance to the Western Conference semifinals to face the back-to-back champion Los Angeles Lakers. And who did Jason Terry get to defend? Reigning Finals MVP, Kobe Bryant.
The way he's looking at me, though, is crazy. Like, if this little boy don't get off me, like, this is a cold picture. I need a copy of this, please. You knew with Kobe, like, for whatever defensive tactic you had, he had a counter. Some of the games I had against him are just blackouts. Like, because you knew you had to bring it. If you didn't, you're going to literally die on the court. Also, in this game, he made it a point to tell me, Jet, like, you too close. Like, why are you so close to me? I said, bro, I got to stay on you. He said, but there's nothing you can do. Like, he would say little stuff like that to you, like, bro, we just a game going on. Like, you having a whole conversation. What are you talking about? First of all, I didn't say nothing to you. Second of all, like, bro, just play the game. But he always would have little stuff like that. And then he wouldn't say nothing else for like 2 quarters. Just a killer, man. There was a saying that we always use in the locker room. The road to a championship always goes through the champion. And so we knew to be champions, we had to defeat the Lakers.
Game 1 in Los Angeles looked like it was slipping away when the Lakers built a 16-point lead in the third quarter. But the Mavs clawed back into the game with their defensive intensity, securing 2 key steals in the final 30 seconds. Kobe missed a potential game winner, and the Mavericks escaped with a 96-94 victory. Game 2 made one thing clear. The Lakers could not stop Dirk. His 24 points led all scorers. But the Mavs' strength went deeper than their superstar. Their depth continued to come up big. JJ Barea's playmaking and Brendan Haywood's defense providing a spark that helped lift Dallas to a 93-81 win. Back in Dallas for Game 3, it was more of the same. Dirk's 32 points and 9 rebounds, plus an offensive boost from Jason Terry and Peja Stojakovic off the bench, brought the Mavericks to a 98-92 victory. After 3 straight wins, Dallas was at home with a chance to complete the sweep.
Oh my goodness! How you doing, JT?
The Mother's Day massacre was insane. Like, I can literally remember the meal I had. I took my mother to eat. I took her to the International House of Pancake. Like, I had the banana pancakes, extra syrup, side of bacon, and then you get to the game, you're in your locker, you're listening to your headphones. Like, it was the ultimate moment where you're in the zone. People talk about being in the zone. Like, I was literally in the zone. My first shot was wide open. I was wide open. Like, there was nobody within 10 feet from me, and it was all net. See? Wide open. Bang. The hoop was an ocean after that. Like, I literally could toss it up. It's going.
By the Los Angeles Lakers. How about Terry again?
This is like shooting at the playground in the park. You just catch and shoot wide open. Like, I do this in my sleep. And then Peja came in. He's hitting. JJ's hit. Like, it just kept going. We look up. We're up 30. Phil's just sitting over there. He wasn't whistling. He was just sitting there, just taking it. And Kobe was quiet. That's the first time you ever seen Kobe like just, he had no response. Offensively, we figured out a way that we could attack them. If we can spread them out and put our shooters in certain spots, like either both corners or the high quad, and allow JJ to break the defense down in pick and roll. Their defense was always over-rotating, helping. All he had to do was break the paint and spray it outside, and he could really pick his poison on which one he wanted to pass to. I just happened to be the recipient on a lot of those. And for us, it gave us the ultimate confidence. If there was any doubt that crept in, there wasn't within the group, but from the outside, maybe some of the fan base, now they're starting to believe too. Like, oh, this is our year. This is it.
The Mavericks were about to get the perfect chance to squash the narrative that they were too old as they prepared to face the Oklahoma City Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. This was an ultimate clash of the eras. The veteran Mavericks versus an up-and-coming OKC team led by Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden, all under 23 years old. Game 1 belonged to Dirk. He had his greatest playoff performance yet, scoring 48 points on 12 of 15 shooting and a historic 24 of 24 from the line to lead the Mavericks to victory.
Game 1 was huge. But this one I realized, like, Dirk's on a whole nother level. And he was serving them up. Where he's hitting his shots from, the night before every game, we would go to those same spots. I'd be on this end, he's on that end. The moves he's doing, like, I'm watching this play out, and he's practicing like a performance. It's a theatrical performance, and I get to see it before it happens. You can't get caught up, but you do get caught up and kind of sitting back watching and forgetting because it's greatness and it's looking so good and so smooth. But then you got to snap back out of it. Like, I have moments where you sitting on the weak side, like watching, oh my God, he's about to cook it, man. He's just like surgically getting to where he wants to get to on the floor. And it reminds you of Jordan, Kobe, Bird. Like, all the great players do it. They get to their spot. There's nothing you can do.
But the Thunder were not going to go down without a fight. OKC shot 56% from the field, and the Big Three combined for 65 as they won Game 2, stealing home court. In Game 3, the story was defense. The Mavs held the Thunder to 36% shooting from the field, stealing one on the road to go up 2-1. But in Game 4, the Thunder got their mojo back and found themselves up 15 with under 5 minutes to go. But the Mavericks had one key thing that the Thunder didn't: experience.
Now, we all know who these guys have come to be, like all Hall of Famers. Westbrook, KD, James. Hall of Famers, no doubt. But in that time frame, in that moment,
they weren't quite there yet on that level. I think they were excited, they was happy to be there, and they were still trying to figure out kind of who they were individually. So they weren't quite together as a unit mentally where they were. We just had to edge up. An inexperienced team will fold in those situations. Us, we thrived in it. It's like, oh, 13? Oh, that's nothing.
3, Mark Collis in the rebound. Back to Durant. Bang! Largest lead of the night.
See what I'm saying? Like, the youth is showing. They celebrating. There's 5 minutes left. What you celebrating? I get it. You're up 10. You're excited. But there Dirk go right there. I mean, there he is. Getting right to his spot. Look, bang. I mean, you're up 10. How you give up a walk-up 3 to Dirk Nowitzki? I mean, we just walked him down.
Alley-up to Marion, deflected by Ibaka, and we go to overtime.
Once they let us get to overtime, we knew we had them. Like, you just gave up a 10-point lead. A young team is not going to respond well to that. I don't care if they're at home or on the road. Like, they're not going to respond well because literally you've seen the celebration. They thought the game was over. We like, nah, the game just started. Like, we down 10? Okay, cool. We've been here before. But I'll give a lot of credit to Jay Kidd because me, I'm temperamental. I get emotional. In a timeout, we're down 10. I'm probably hitting guys in the chest like, man, come on, man. Just getting. He's like, hey, relax. We got this. And he was always the calming voice that would settle everybody in and have us engaged and locked into the moment.
With their backs against the wall, the Thunder put up a fight until the very end of Game 5.
Barea, 13 points off the bench. Durant catching, shooting 3. Big bucket for Kevin Durant.
But a 26-point performance from Shawn Marion gave Dirk the support he needed to close out the brightest young team in the league in a 100-96 victory. The Dallas Mavericks were heading to the NBA Finals. Their opponent, the Miami Heat, the same team that crushed their finals dreams in 2006, except now they also had LeBron James.
These guys were like, I guess they called them the Heatles or something. Like, they were doing victory tours before they even played one game and parades, and you've never seen that type of energy from a team that hadn't accomplished anything. So as we watched that play out that summer when they were putting it together, that was all the motivation we all needed. We're like, okay, let them talk about them. If we happen to show up and play against them in the finals, we're going to see who come out on top.
Miami Heat take Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Not winning the first one, we're like, okay, it's a series. They have home court advantage. Our job is to win one of the first 2. Because all we were looking for was intel and information to justify what we already knew. Is that, okay, you got to keep them out of transition. You got to take care of the basketball. You got to slow them down, make them play half court. But then you get out there and you're like, oh shit, no, you can't turn the ball over. Shit, they one dribble, they're on the rim. Like, they're throwing alley-oop, they jump. These boys, I don't know what LeBron's vertical was at that time in D-Wade, but athletically, there was nothing you could do to stop this group. If you turn the ball over, if you allowed them to get out in transition. We knew it, but now we had to go through it to see it. So now Game 2 comes and we start off the same way. We're like, God damn it, we knew we can't turn the ball over. Like, we're giving them easy opportunities. And it took 3 quarters for us in Game 2 to settle in. And again, we get to the point where we're down again. So I don't know what it is about being down with our group, but we had to look death in the face. Okay, now hold on. No. We're down 10, relax. Let's do what we came to do. And then we locked in. In that moment, I think it was 5 minutes left. Here they go again, they're celebrating. I'm watching D-Wade throw his punches at Bron. They celebrating all in front of the bench. And I'm looking like, look, man, first of all, nobody likes to show off. Second of all, they're not taking this from us in this moment. So let's lock in and do what we got to do and get out of here with a victory. The next 5 minutes was crazy. Steal, rebound, outlet, layup, bucket, Dirk, fadeaway. And it just kept happening. They're missing. We're coming down scoring. And that fast, we come back and knock them off.
Series tied 1-1, a familiar enemy arose in Dallas in Game 3. Dwyane Wade led the way for the Heat with 29 points and 11 rebounds.
Puts it in.
But it was a Chris Bosh go-ahead bucket with 39 seconds remaining that sealed the victory.
Bosh, a clutch basket there.
Dirk missed a jump shot as time expired that would have tied the game and forced overtime, giving the Heat the 88-86 victory. Then, down 2-1, the Mavs get news that could change everything.
Our routine is the night before each game, He and I are gonna come in late. We're gonna shoot. I'm on this end, he's on that end. We're gonna get our routine in. He didn't do his routine. So I'm like, man, what's going on? So then I'm like, must be tired. He'll figure it out. So the next morning we get there, he's already back with the trainer and he just ain't looking good. Like got the towel over his head. He's like got the cold shakes and they're like, well, he gonna sit out a shoot around, see if he can get ready for the game. I'm like, oh shit, he might not even play. He's that sick. And I'm already in my mind going through it because game 3, I didn't have a good game. And the media started poking at me. And they had brought a quote to me that they said Dirk said, whether he said it or not, who knows, was like, Jet ain't been showing up. And that's all I needed to hear. What? I ain't showing up? Are you crazy? Okay, I got something for you. So I wasn't really talking to nobody. But then to know that he was sick and all that, okay, he needs me. I gotta show up. But you could tell like he didn't want to disappoint us. He didn't want to disappoint the city. And he's like, in this moment, like I gotta get sick. He never gets sick. I mean, he literally walks around with the salute to, what is that, saline? And he's got all the tricks to stay healthy. Like he never gets sick. And he's thinking in this moment, I'm looking in his eyes, he's like, in this moment, I can't be sick. I'm about to fight through this. Once we got to the game and it was tip off and he was in uniform, we were good. We're like, sick or not, he's coming to play. We're gonna show up. This is a pivotal game in the series. It's 2-1. I don't know what the analytics say, but I know if you go down 3-1, it's not looking good for you. And so we knew we had to show up. And I think the numbers will show in 2011, we were the best zone team in basketball. And so we knew we had that in our bag. This is at a point in LeBron's career where he didn't quite have the consistent jump shots yet. So he didn't really trust it. So we knew he wanted to get to certain spots on the floor, but if we can set our zone defense where he could see a wall of 3 guys and 3 bodies, he would be less likely to attack. When we were in man, we wanted to look like a zone. You can see this picture here. It looks like a 1-2-2 zone where you have 3 guys in front of the isolated offensive player. So he has to see 3 bodies. Again, great players, they see 1 guy, they don't even see you. They see the basket. But now if you put 2 extra defenders there, there's something else for him to look at. He doesn't know if we're gonna trap. It definitely closed down the driving lanes. And so it puts a little indecision in his isolation game. D-Wade is a monster at that particular time in his career. There is no defensive game plan you could do to stop him. Like we tried, did not work. So we want to focus our energy more on LeBron and kind of eliminate what Chris Bosh could do. It started with Bron though.
And the adjustments worked. Dallas held LeBron to just 8 points in Game 4, his lowest scoring playoff performance yet. Meanwhile, Dirk fought through his fever and dropped 21 points to lead the Mavericks to an 86-83 victory. The series was now tied heading into Game 5. The Mavericks' motto defined the moment perfectly. The time is now.
So every game from Game 4 on, we treated it as if it was Game 7. This was a win or go home type mentality. This was an extreme focus. This was no distractions. This is cell phones are off. Ticket requests are down. Like if you didn't already have your ticket, don't call none of us. We're not answering. We're not Sports Center. There's no USA Today's in the locker room. Back in the day, you got the newspapers. There's no local newspapers. It's strictly game plan, then it's rest. You're getting your rest. But it's a sheer focus and intent is Game 7 mentality, win or go home.
Oh, did y'all hear me call? I think I'm sick.
See, you got jokes. See, I'm like that though. See, I'm a little sarcastic with my joking, and I totally understand what they're doing. It's a little joke between them two. But to catch it on camera is crazy because then they actually showed that to us. Now, we didn't need the extra motivation, but seeing it, did it give us a little nudge? Oh, 1,000%. Game 5, JJ goes insane. The Puerto Rican Allen Iverson. That was our nickname for him. He was going stupid. But that's who he was. Like, he was just such a energy, tough, competitive. It's just who he is as a person. Like, that's his DNA. It's like you talk about being an underdog. Look at him. Like, he's 5'11", 5'10". Smallest dude on the court, but just tough as nails. They used to pick on JJ a lot. Like, we can go to the depths of saying bullying and stuff, but like, they would put like car seats in his locker, strollers, like just called him a little baby, giving him baby food. He was easy to pick on because he was the smallest dude, but he was tough. He was funny, just a great teammate.
Like hard worker, super cerebral, understood the game, but just a fierce competitor. Like he fit right in with the group. The only reason why you picked on him because he's like your little brother.
Barea's 17 points and 5 assists were huge for Dallas in Game 5, but it was a defensive showcase from Tyson Chandler that pushed them over the edge. In addition to his 13 points and 7 rebounds, his clutch block in the final minutes helped steer Dallas to an 112-103 Game 5 victory. The Mavericks were one win away from winning their first NBA championship.
Yeah, this was it. There would be no Game 7. I'll tell you that. Not from this group. And played in 3 or 4 Game 7s already myself to this point in my career and understanding, like, you do not want that. An ankle, a bad call, a cold shooting night, like anything. So when you have the opportunity to put the kill shot in, you have to go for the dagger. And our mentality was, we're going to all come dressed in black. It's going to be black suits, black shoes, black everything. Our motto was, we're going to treat this like we're going to a funeral, and it ain't going to be ours. You talk about it, but then you don't really know how guys are going to respond, because it's the little stuff I would do, just little quirky stuff. I said it, but I didn't know if the guys was going to buy into it. It's kind of like the tattoo. Like, didn't nobody else go get a tattoo? Only me. I get off the bus as we pull up to the arena, every single guy had on black. And so I'm like, yeah, okay, we're locked in. Game starts, we get going. I mean, we're off to a slow start. I think Dirk got off to a cold shooting start. Weren't really bothered by that. I check in, knowing the urgency that we needed a spark, we needed a boost, and I get hot quick. It's almost like the Laker game all over again. Like my first shot, wide open. Second shot, didn't even see the hoop, just threw it up, goes in. I'm rolling. So that gave us a little breathing room. The road was shaky, but I came in. Deshaun Stevenson hit some big shots to kind of stabilize us and buy Dirk some time to get over the emotions of the game. And then second half, he turned it on quick. And it was over after that. I think there was a moment where Mario Chalmers and Deshaun Stevenson might have got into it a little bit. And then Haslam jumped in, and there was like a melee at half court. And then I walked off with my little sly smile. And D-Steve kind of looked at me, and he's like, we got him.
The emotions of Dirk Nowitzki, what he's always dreamed of.
Dirk was out of here. He needed a moment. Like, I feel him on that. I didn't see him. I was down the other end, but I've seen this footage. To know the work, the blood, the sweat, the tears that he put in to get to this point, I knew he needed a moment. He deserved that moment. It still, like, to this moment brings goosebumps back. I told you we were gonna do it. That's all I kept telling the guys, like, I told you we was gonna do it. Like, I literally, from the age 5 to current, like, I've watched every NBA Finals game. And I always would put myself in those moments as if I was one of those guys. And at the end, I'll always do the celebration. Like, how would it be to smoke the cigar, to get the champagne, to hold the trophy, to put the hat on? Like, I did it in college, did it in high school, but the NBA Finals. I look at the tattoo every morning when I wake up because it's something that I manifest. Like, I actually spoke it into existence. I think the first thing I did was went back to my room, got on my knees and prayed, and then it was party time. I think we carried the trophy through one of the famous clubs in Miami on South Beach called Club Live. Like, Cubans in there, Lil Wayne was on the mic. Like, it was, you couldn't create a better scenario to win a championship, to go to a club and then have some of your famous artists in there performing and celebrating the moment with you. We made sure Cube had his wallet that night. There has been some occasions now where we done been hanging now, we're in the club, Cuban's in there, and you look up and the bill comes and he's gone. And you're like, 40,000? Who's paying for that? Like, he ordered all this. And I think he set the record. He bought the biggest bottle of Ace of Spades I ever seen. It came out in wheelbarrows. Like, wheelbarrows full of ice. The bottles had to be 3 feet tall. Incredible. Cube's, man, he deserved that, though. You could tell, like, that moment, and I'm looking at a smile on his face right there. He's like, yeah, we got it. We got us one.